Better boss up, nigga.
What's going on, everybody? It is Coach Greg Adams back in here with another YouTube live stream. Shout out to the Coach Gang.
And that's
for being in here, being involved, and being active on this YouTube channel. Well, welcome back to Wednesday's Facts Over Feelings live stream, where we keep the Mickey Vicky facts and we don't give a fucks about your feelings. You back in here with the Bruce Wayne. It is Ish, the King of Kings, the King of Content, and the Speaker of Truth. Yours truly, the Notorious one, aka Mr. Coach Ling, better known as the Prognosticator, Coach Tradamus. And you're in here with the Desert Storm Bucker with none other than EWF. That is every woman's fantasy. But you can call me CGA, see God Allah, and I'll be the 14-time demonetized champion of YouTube. We back in here, and I know it's late night. It's summer hours. It's 7 p.m. on the West Coast. Junior college already put to bed, and I'm back in here with a great stream. It's been a busy day, summer hours, and I love this night stream. Normally I got to rush back from the gym, get ready, get fed, get Nova ready, clap some cheeks, and then jump on the air. And it's just too tight of a time zone, man. So we going to ease into the summer hours in the evening. And if you want to watch, you can watch. If you don't, you won't. But if you're on the East Coast, do me a favor. Before you go to sleep, give me some views and a like. Just give me the likes. Don't pass the scroll. Mugga, mugga, mugga below. All right, 7 o'clock on the West Coast. All right, 7 o'clock on the West Coast. And I got my gym in, got my trainer, I got fed. I had to pick up the G-Wagon from the shop. I had to meet up with my JUCO. She firmly planted on the other side of the wall. All right, ready to go. Nice piece of calico. And it be on like Donkey Kong once we conclude this stream at about 9 o'clock, the 9 o'clock hour. So, and it'll still be evening time, early. It'll be lay down and tell me what's on your mind. What exactly did he do to make you cry this time? And as you can see, on the West Coast, it's still light outside. All right, West Coasting. It's still light for about another hour, and it's hot as hell in Vegas. As you can see, it's light time. It's not. It ain't even nighttime here on the West Coast. All right, we still got bright daylight out here, brothers. You can see it through the bookcase. It's still bright outside. Early evening out here. Shout out to y'all, man. But do me a favor, man, to contribute to today's show. $, the Notorious CGA on the Cash App. Venmo, Coach Greg Adams TV. PayPal. PayPal.me/Coach Greg Adams. And that is near the top of the description box on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. And you can super chat by clicking the link on the top of the live chat on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. All right. Just getting settled in. And today we're going to talk about the fragile male ego. We only got a couple of clips here. We ain't going to take too long today. I did 5.5 hours, and I dealt with the New World Order earlier. New World Order. All right, but we're going to talk about that fragile male ego. Remember earlier today, if you watched today's stream, one thing that I talked about is what men get into relationships for is ego. All right. That's what we're putting on the line. That's why we're getting into relationships. This is what we're doing. We're feeding our ego. The woman necessarily has to cater to that ego in order for the relationship to thrive. All right. It's not about love. It's about the male ego. On the woman's side, most of the time it's centered around resources. All right. Does she feel safe? Does she feel secure? Does she feel edified? Does she feel like you're affirming her? Does she feel like you're supporting her? Does she feel right? Does she feel as if you are giving her enough resources? Can she take a break? Does she have to work as hard? Does she have to work for 40 years? Maybe she can only work for 20 years. Does she feel like when she's pregnant, you're going to support her? Does she feel like that when she has babies, you're going to support her? Right? And that is all centered around resources. All right. With that being said, that is the basis of all relationships. The male ego centered around the woman's need for security. Now, there's levels to this shit. Some women can deal with a guy who has a lower need for his ego to be fed. Right? That guy she can also deal with him having a lack of resources, right? Or that he's only going to have so much resources, and she might feel like I can go get some for us. She might be a team player. That's typically going to be the normal average person. All right. Both of them will be looking average. They will feel average. They will live an average lifestyle. They ain't going nowhere. They ain't going nowhere fast. They're going to be stock factory issued. Stock factory issued. When it comes to people that want to go above that, highly attractive women, men who aspire to be successful, then there's going to be a whole nother level between that. Whereas if a woman wants to rise to that height and she's young, she's going to dabble around in these marketplaces to find that guy. All right. Now, she might deal with a pookie, but ultimately her goal is to be able to find a guy like that. Now, there's levels to even that. Now, on the other end, swinging it back to the male, it's not about love. He wants his ego fed. There's a variety of things that he's going to want to see from that woman to be able to feed his ego to keep that relationship thriving. Okay. That relationship is going to thrive if that ego is fed. If that ego is somehow destroyed, or he fails, or it's fragile, or what he thought what he was getting in the relationship is not what he got. All right. That ego being crushed will destroy the relationship. And he might even self-sabotage. He'll destroy the relationship with his own hands. All right. So anyway, we got a great show for you. But let me see if there's any contributors to the early part of this show. And we'll be brief, my brother. Shout out to our brother, No Government Name BH. Says, thank you for the surprise night stream. I miss these. It's been a while. It's a sponsorship, though, but it's been a while since I've done a night stream. It's probably been over a month and a half since I've done a night stream on YouTube. All right, because I was doing 30 days of Twitch. I'm going to get back to Twitch. I was doing 30 days of Twitch, and then I did travel to Europe. So it's been a long time, over a month and a half since I've done the evening live streams. But I'm back for a little bit, just getting back and all of that in the bag of chips ahoy. Shout out to our brother Avery YF. He says, for the flatbacks. Flatbacks. Oh, flatbacks. Somebody said 40 days. Flatbacks. Oh, flatbacks. Who likes flatbacks? All right, flatbacks. You know, long-backed women. Shout out to them long-backs. All right, I have a propensity to like long-backed women as opposed to big booty women, right? There's a difference, you know what I mean? Big booty women got their booty up here. Like their booty is up here. They typically have a small torso. And their torso is small because they have a lot of subcutaneous fat around. So they'll have big, heavy boobs. You know, they don't get the breast reconstruction or deconstruction. So their boobs are hella heavy and soggy and saggy, right? They got it all up here and they tend to be low. So then that shrinks their torso. Their torso is already short. And then up here, their butt is up here, right? So they start way up here. Their butt is way up here. So they have a bubble butt. So when you see them, if you see them from the back, all right, they'll have all of that bra fat and all of that. And their midsection will be about like this. Even if she's tall, their midsection is hella short. All right. And so their butt will be up and their titties will be up and down. And it'll kind of meet in the middle. All right. Like that. All right, so that would be a non-long back. A white girl typically, and Asian women typically have long torsos. So when you see them from behind, they'll be a part of the itty bitty titty committee, right? So they won't have these big soggy breasts. So their breasts will be kind of up here or slightly down. And then when you look at them from the back, their back is like flat down here. And it's not just the back. The bottom part is flat. The whole thing is flat. They don't have big boobs and big bra fat, right? So it'll be flat all the way down, even to the point where then, even if they have a little bubble butt, even if they have a little bubble, their long torso, it'll start lower. Like it's not all big on their back like this. All right. So it'll be long. So their whole back is like long. All right. That's why they call it long backs or flat backs. It's not because they have a flat booty. Now, if they have a flat booty, it'll be even longer. Right. It'll be even longer. But a white girl that even has a bubble back there, her bubble will start way low. Right. It'll start hella low. And all you're going to see is booty crack when they naked. All right. So it's the flat back. It's not a flat butt. It's a flat back. All right. The whole back is flat. So anyway, Asian women and white women, you know what I'm talking about here. The long butt.
Where the white women at?
Now, Latinas, oh, look at the sun's going to mess up my stream. Latinas, there's a mix. All right. If they're under 21, they can have a long back. Over 21 is going to be gordita style. I mean, any minute now. All right. Any minute that pin on the fat grenade could just explode right in your hand. And it could be like, poof, the clock strikes midnight. All right. The sun is over here. And of course, you have the sun over here, King of Kings. All right. Over here. But anyway, enough of my anatomy lesson. I do study bodies. But shout out to No Government Aid BH for blessing us with a support here. I appreciate that, man. All right, because niggas don't support on the evening streams. They don't. I had to shut that shit down. I was like, these niggas ain't paying over here. All right, you got to go well and where they pay well. All right. But Latinas over 21, it's a hit or miss. It's like an 85% chance it's going to be a torta or a gordita. 85% chance. Give or take 5 years. You know, ninjas always be like, not. All right, anyway. Let's see. Let's just get into the bullshit. You know what I mean? Let's get into it. It's the evening stream. Let's see what we got here. All right, fuck the segments too. We just gonna jump right into it. We ain't got no segments in the evening streams. Fuck all that. Y'all ain't getting no organization for what I get paid for this shit. Fuck that. All right, anyway, here we go right here. This is Mario Russell or Marlo. This is what Marlo has to say. All right, let me take this down. What did Marlo have to say? And you won't be able to see it. Niggies don't be having no dental insurance, life insurance, or health insurance. They don't get their teeth cleaned or even get an STI or STD screening. No money, can't even afford to die. Don't know what's going on with their own bodies, LOL. Just wake up, ask where the hoes at, and play the internet. Let's hear it for Marlo. Let's go. Anybody want me to screenshot that shit? That right there is facts. Facts. That's what, and dude, this isn't just niggies. This is men.
Gotcha, bitch.
This is men in general. You niggas don't do shit, but wait, where the hoes at? Try to get to some pussy and some free pussy, bro. Y'all men are pathetic, man. This is true, and your whole life is trying to get some free ass. Like, that's your whole life. And then you're like, I'll get it for free. Do you have dental insurance?
Nope.
No life insurance, nothing. No health insurance, not a damn thing. But you talking about how you get free pussy. Teeth falling out every now and then. You don't even have an updated STD screening at all. Ain't got your colon checked, nothing. Nothing. All right. But telling me you winning because you banging some skeezers. Like, this is the stat. This is the, and I can't even deny it. That is the sad state of men. Right? That dude, yeah, that one football player died because he had an abscess. Just kick the bucket. And he was a whole NFL player. I ain't trying to laugh because, hey, I'm telling you, man, men are pathetic. Like, men are pathetic, bro. They don't even have this shit. They ain't even got their misdemeanors and felonies corrected. Nothing. They ain't even got their own residence. Their own resident. They don't even got their own residence. They ain't even written or bought shit in their own name. But will tell you what out here running game. They will have you out here running game, bro. It is bad news. And we talked about this earlier. Men are in bad shape, bro. Their whole life. Living with their mama, too. Living with their mama, talk about getting some pussy and then getting some ass. Nigga, if you don't sit down, I actually have a course talking about that. It was Conquer. Where I was like, dude, man, y'all don't even have your life together. This is me in 2021 when I released the course. You men don't even have your basics of life together at all. And then want to tell me about ass and running game. If you don't sit your goofy ass down, please. Yep, never bought their own car. Definitely never bought a new car off the lot. Ain't did shit. Ain't did shit. And then they want to talk about how they get. Dude, I swear to God, this dude was in the comments talking about, I don't know why dudes pay. I got a lot of free ass out here. Then you go down. I had to scroll down in the comments. He said he made $18 an hour. I was like, and they was roasting his ass. I'm like, bro, if you, come on, man. Come on, bro. You can't even afford pussy if you had to buy it. But the fact that you can't afford it, that means you have to go get it for free. Please show me the women. Part-time job having ass niggas. But for real, bro. Hey, man, if this is you, this is your wake-up call. Join the money mindset, nigga. All right? Ain't no more exceptions out here for you niggas. You niggas need to be called out. If you a piece of shit human being, you a piece of shit human being. And, of course, this applies to a lot of black men. This applies to a lot of black men. Black men, y'all in bad shape. You don't even realize it because niggies hang around niggies. All right? Niggies hang around niggies. Niggy. And you think this is like status quo. You think this is like, go around people who aren't niggies and you look pathetic overnight. And you think they're discriminating against you? They're not. They just think you're pathetic. They do. They just be around you and be like, yo, man, these people are pathetic. Because people who want to be successful, they definitely ain't trying to hang around no lowlifes. Okay? They're definitely not trying to hang around no lowlifes. And niggas be sitting around eating pork rinds and sunflower seeds all day. And then it's like, bro, drinking 40 ounces, you know, getting weed with seeds in it. You know, ass nigga, like, okay. Like, yo, you on the low end of this totem pole. You on the low end of life. But let's get some life insurance, y'all. He said, can't even afford to die. Can't even afford to die. I get my STD check. I get my STDs checked because you guys know on locals, if you know, I'm in these streets over here. In these streets. I get my STI screening every 3 months. And I share the results with you because, you know, sometimes I'll be telling y'all the JUCO is for life. So I do want to show you, I don't be catching STDs out here. All right, I'm very particular about what woman I be fucking, and I don't just fuck anything. So, you know, I ain't just throwing it on anybody. My numbers are up. All right. Trust me, my numbers are up, but I protect myself and, you know, and I take precautions. I don't just sleep with anybody. I don't just get it from anybody. So in these streets, I'm in these streets. So every 3 months, I'll show you. Actually, I'm just due to get my next one. I'm probably going to get it this week or next week. And I get my STD screening every 3 months. Okay. Every 3 months without fail. I got 3 dental cleanings. All right. I got my health insurance. I got life insurance. Got life insurance. All right. I'm probably worth more dead than alive to someone. Okay. For someone, I'm probably worth more dead than alive at this point. But join the money mindset. You know, I have a trust. I have multiple LLCs, and I owe a lot of people a lot of money. All right. I owe a lot of people a lot of money, but I have a lifestyle that brings in money related to that. But yeah, man. So when I get my STD, because these women, man, certain women will ask you for their STD. You got your STDs? You got your STI chart? They'll ask you before they let you get some dick, even with the condom on it. All right. I had one looking at mine like, let me see. What is this? All right, OnlyFans. Did you guys hear this? You guys know OnlyFans was up for sale. This was last June. The CEO Nigga Row of OnlyFans wanted to sell. People are probably saying, you know, AI is going to take over and he looking to cash out. Well, that's for sure. All right, that's for sure. But that doesn't mean that's the end of OnlyFans. They're going to probably pivot it. The OnlyFans been trying to pivot a long time, and they're trying to find their place. But it says sex sales, how OnlyFans turned fetish-friendly celebs and prawn stars into multi-billion-dollar juggernaut that rivals legacy studios. Well, what's the sale amount for OnlyFans? That's been around for 9 years old. Only 9 years. Think about how much time and space and attention we've gave to that site, and it's only been around for 9 years. All right, really, the head of it was like 2016 to 2019. People really weren't paying that much attention to it. But once we got to 2020 and above, when we start hearing about these outrageous amount of dollars that these young girls were allegedly getting, yeah, a lot of girls turned to it. And I didn't even know some girls. I've known some girls personally have turned to it. And I've known some girls that were thinking about going into it. Some are probably glad that they didn't go into it because the internet is forever. If you've seen our local stream, we showed you how quick it is to reverse image search someone and get them results. All right. So, yeah, that's the reality. Now, check this out. I want you to see this right here. It says right here, for the same amount of money it takes to buy one of Hollywood's 5 remaining major studios, some investors may walk away with the 9-year-old prawn-friendly platform OnlyFans. All right, so same amount to get one of Hollywood's 5 major studios. OnlyFans is probably still in negotiation to rival that. While Skydance bid to buy Paramount in a deal valued at $8 billion continues to spark daily headlines. Little-known Hollywood player The Forest Rhodes' effort to buy OnlyFans for $8 billion is playing out with far less fanfare. That's a stunning juxtaposition, considering that Paramount's portfolio consists of CBS, Showtime, and the Godfather trilogy, while popular content on OnlyFans includes pictures of Carmela Electra's feet and news of Wizards of Waverly Place alum Dan Benson. It also signals an economic shift in the entertainment industry. The name of the game is streaming and online content, and the OnlyFans $8 billion valuation could exceed the price tag of some legacy Hollywood studios, speaking to a new world for the industry where headwinds abound. This is according to the Wall Street analyst Dan Ives of Wedbush Securities. Okay, now, here's the thing about this. They're talking about here, do the numbers add up? Many in Hollywood's private equity space are skeptical that Forest Road, which is led by Zachary whoever, and reportedly manages $127 million in asset, whether he could actually raise the $8 billion. So there it is right there. They're like, I don't even think he could come up with the $8 billion. The Century City-based film financier has occupied a niche space in Hollywood since 2017.
New world order.
And it says back such films as Maggie Gyllenhaal's The Kindergarten Teacher for Netflix and Guy Somebody's Skin for A24. Few outside the AFM set are familiar with the company and its slate of films, which include The Manson Brothers, Midnight Zombie Massacre, and Chronicles of a Serial Killer. In 2019, Forest Road invested in Yale Productions, which churned out low-budget movies like the 2023 Uma Thurman, Samuel L. Jackson pairing The Kill Room. All right. And last month, Yale filed for bankruptcy and listing $55 million in liabilities against $18 million in assets. All right, so they're saying, yeah, he may not be able to come up the money. They just aren't balanced. And it says, according to an SEC filing, Forest Road has expanded its specialty finance platform against blockchain, digital assets, technology, entertainment, real estate, renewable energy tax credit lending, and film tax credit administration and tax credit brokerages.
New world order.
He may not get that. Right? He may not have the $8 billion, essentially, right there. He ain't got it in cash, but neither did the Lakers owner when he bought the franchise. But a source who was dealing with Forest Road says the company is legit. They are very much in touch with BlackRock.
New world order.
Ares and these major monster funds, they would not have any problem raising huge money on a deal like this. In October, Forest Road and Eris Management founder Dave Kaplan.
I'm not going to say what race, what people. We know I can't say that.
And Bennett Rosenthal.
I'm not going to say what race, what people. We know I can't say that.
Bought in Formula E team. A Formula E team. So Forest Road and the management and David Kaplan and Bennett Rosenthal.
I'm not going to say what race, what people. We know I can't say that.
All right. It says right there they bought a Formula E team. All right. So anyway. So that's the long and short of it. But the economics of that, they're saying that this valuation at $8 billion, all right, is rivaling the Hollywood's largest well-known studios at $8 billion. And even consider this. They're talking about $8 billion. Well, in recent news, the Los Angeles Lakers, a franchise that's been around since the 1950s, recently just allegedly sold for $10 billion. Let's think about this. Because I know people are like, I know y'all hope is talking right now. You're hoping. It ain't going to work. They're dead. AI going to kill it. Okay, yeah, that sounds nice. But let's just toss this around. Even at the $8 billion valuation, if it sells, but you have some players in there and some BlackRock affiliates and some you-know-who-ish is in there, even if it does, it is almost going to be relatively close to the Los Angeles Lakers, which is the Lakers is the team at selling at $10 billion is the highest amount of any team that has ever existed. No team that has ever existed has sold that high. No MLS, no Premier League, no football, no Spanish soccer, no European soccer, football, no NFL, no NBA team has sold for that much money. Now, when you compare the two, they're comparing Hollywood studios, one being sold for $8 billion. They're saying 9-year-old OnlyFans could sell for just as much as the all-time highest NBA franchise or sports franchise in history, right? So at this point, the Lakers will, if they close, they will have broke the record of any franchise that has ever existed that has sold. All right, now OnlyFans is saying, or they're saying OnlyFans could sell for almost just as much. All right, wow. All right, wow. That should be interesting. Yeah.
New world order.
All right, that should be interesting. All right, who wants a Latina girlfriend? All right, he said the Cowboys and the Yankees will sell for more. Brothers, are they selling? The answer is no. All right, but that's nice. Great conversation, but they ain't selling. All right, so it's moot. It's kind of like when you say, I have a house, it's worth $700,000. Have you sold it yet?
Nope.
Why are we talking about it? The Lakers have sold. All right, they're selling. So we can use that as proof. Niggas is talking about the Cowboys and the Cowboys ain't selling. All right. Yankees ain't selling. All right. So it don't matter. All right. What we know is the number. The number is 10 billion. All right. So that is the record. All right. But anyway, woo. Who likes a Latina? Where are my Latina lovers? Who likes Latinas? Everybody likes a Latina. They kind of crazy though. All right, they kind of crazy. You can call me crazy. Here's a beautiful Latina woman. Right before she pulls the pin on the fat grenade, and you would think she can't get fat, but oh, they will find a way to get fat. All right, they gonna find a way. It's in the genes, baby. It's just like apple bottom. It's in the genes. All right. She can get fat. All right. She might not look like it there at 21 years old with braces in her mouth or 18. But trust me, I've seen and grew up around women just like this with that beautiful brown skin. She can get fat easily. and she can't help it. Look at Selena Gomez. I know, Coach, man, Selena Gomez got lupus. Still, Selena Gomez was gonna get chunky anyway. She was gonna get fat anyway. It doesn't matter. All right, it doesn't matter. Lupus just sped it up. All right, so anyway, here we go right here. This Latina says, "Get you a Latina." What are the benefits of a Latina? What would you say? All right, what are the benefits? It says, let's see here. What are the benefits of a Latina? All right, let me see here.
Tell you something. When you marry a Mexican, you get a wife,
Mexican.
Meaning that we're ready to settle down and have your kids. You get a private chef because we were taught to cook with sazon and flavor, so that's what we're gonna do for you. You get a nurse because you're like a little baby to us. We're gonna take care of you until you get better. You also get a ride or die, meaning that you're not leaving, I'm not leaving, we're stuck forever. En las buenas y en las malas. And you get a private investigator because if you think you're gonna do sneaky stuff behind my back or lie to me, you're so wrong. I'm gonna be watching you and knowing every move you do or make. All in one. Isn't that crazy?
Okay, hey, shout out to her. She fine as fuck. She a cutie. I like them like this. I like my women cute. All right, I don't need them fine. You know what I mean? I like them cutie. All right, but she gonna blow up like the Goodyear blimp. She a Mexican. She a Mexican. She definitely gonna blow up. She definitely gonna blow up. All right. Shout out to this little Chiquita here. Look at that skin. All right. So anyway, essentially she said,
now I got to cut you.
All right. So she said you're gonna get a private investigator that's gonna know your every move, and she's gonna do this all while cheating on you. I don't know how they do it. I don't even know how they do it. All this while still cheating on you. All right. So that should be an interesting thing there. Oh, Mexican women are loyal. Yeah, they make sure you're loyal. But she gonna find a way to cheat on you too. So, but look, she'll have your babies. I don't know if you need a DNA test. But yeah, she pushes out one baby or two. It's gonna be all right. I don't even know what she said. What did she even say?
I would want to marry myself. Let me tell you something. When you marry a Mexican, you get a wife, meaning that we're ready to settle down and
all right, when you're ready to settle down and have kids, you get a wife.
Have your kids.
All right, so yeah, when you're there, they're gonna push them babies out, bro. Fertile Myrtle. They're gonna push them babies out. You just gonna breathe on her and she gonna get pregnant. So yeah, she gonna push them babies out. You gonna knock her up like a. You gonna lock her up like a. You're gonna breed her like a cow. You're gonna breed this one like a cow. All right, but she gonna end up looking like one too. All right, and them perky toddies is gonna be bye-bye. I'm pretty sure them brown areolas look good too.
You get a private chef.
A private chef. Chef. She said a private chef. All right, we get a private chef. And what are you gonna feed me? Bean burritos? Let's see. She said it. What are you gonna feed me?
Because we were taught to cook with sazon and flavors. So
I don't know what that is. Sazon and flavors? Sounds like I'm going to get fat. All right. I'm definitely about to get fat with her, too. All right. Look at these little beady eyes.
that's what we're going to do for you.
Thank you, baby.
You get a nurse because...
A nurse. A nurse. I don't even know what she said. You get a nurse. All right. You're going to basically have to do what she says, even when the poison comes. Right? She's a bossy little bitch. This little bossy little babe right here. I remember I had me a JUCO Latina. She's about 20 years old. She was like, I'm not going to let you leave me, Poppy. I'm not going to let you leave me, Poppy. I'm going to be at your front door, Poppy. And it was so sexy. It was so sexy. I don't know what their possessive, jealous nature was so sexy. I left that woman the next week. I haven't heard from her since. All right. I don't know if you know she dead. All right, but she said, no, Poppy, I'm never going to let you leave me, Poppy. All right, I was walking her down the stairs. Poppy, I'm never going to let you leave me, Poppy. Poppy, I'm going to show up. Poppy, never leave me. All right, I was like, But I had just finished putting her and folding her ass up. I didn't need no extras. All right, but she was serious, too. I'm going to be outside your house, Poppy. And I was like, okay, bitch, get in the Uber. All right, go home. All right. And I was like, I'm leaving her. I haven't heard from her since, bro. That was the last time I heard from her. Her threatening me that she ain't gonna never let me leave. Bye-bye. All right, she'll be back, but boy, I'm gonna be like, oof. All right. She looked a little less attractive than this, but she was cute as hell, bro. And she was a nasty girl, too. 20. Oh, she was in these streets, too, back in the day. I think she found the streets again. I haven't heard from her. It's been a couple of months. It's been a couple of months. I don't know where she at. All right, and I didn't do nothing with her. All right, anyway, what else is going on here?
Because you're like a little baby to us.
You're like a little baby?
We're going to take care of you until you get better.
Thank you, baby. I love that. I love that.
You also get a ride or die.
A ride or die. That's probably what you're going to do with a Latina. All right, die.
Now I got to cut you.
Damn, this is a nice little piece right here, too. All right, I need to find her. She evil, too.
Meaning that you're not leaving, I'm not leaving. We're stuck forever.
There you go right there. I told you that possessiveness of the Latina, we stuck forever. I'm not leaving, you not leaving, and I'm not letting you leave at all.
Now I got to cut you.
Poppy, you can never leave me, Poppy. All right, sounds crazy to me.
Now I got to cut you.
And when they young and looking like this and all innocent, you be like, okay, baby, I'll never leave you. I can never leave you. You don't have to worry. I'm going to be right there for you. I can never leave you. Until she gets fat and now you're stuck with her still. All right. You be like, can you look like this again? All right. She'll never look like this again. I'll never leave you. You never leave me. And she's going to make sure of it, too. She's going to make sure of it, too. That's the worst thing about Latinos.
Now I got to cut you.
All right. Anyway.
En las buenas y en las malas. And you get a private investigator. Because if you think you're going to do sneaky stuff behind my back or lie to me, you're so wrong. I'm going to be watching you and knowing every move you do.
Oh, this is a witch right here, man. This is a witch. And it's kind of good that they do watch you. I mean, because you can't even cheat on her in peace. All right, the thing about the Latina, you can't cheat in peace with a Latina. All right, with an Asian woman, you could probably cheat in peace. With a black woman, you can sneak around and cheat in peace. Just don't let her catch you. All right, she'll come through your window. All right, but they ain't gonna watch you because they too busy cheating. Okay, they too busy cheating. All right, so those two, and white girl, she too busy doing cocoa or smoking some weed or something, or mentally health depressed. All right, so white girls ain't even paying attention. They so ditzy and dumb, and they too busy trying to level up on you. All right, so she doing her dirt. She'll let you do her dirt. She ain't gonna catch you. But a Latina can cheat on you and still be watching your monkey ass. All right, yeah, I ain't gonna watch you. I'm gonna watch you, Poppy. All right, they don't play around. They don't play around. When they watching you, I want your location, Poppy. Where you go, Poppy? Who's this? All right. I had that funny meme on my Facebook of let me see if I can pull it up. I would have to find it really fast here. But nah, they gonna be crazy about you, bro. They gonna be crazy about they man. That's the one thing about Latinas. They are crazy about watching you. They don't trust you at all. They have no trust. They have zero trust. Where's my Latina picture here? Do I have it? Maybe it got taken down by Facebook. I'm pretty sure it got taken down because people can't handle a joke over on Facebook. Oh, I don't see it. Yep, I don't see it. I thought I posted it over on Facebook. The Latina chick with a knife. Nope. Maybe it's on Instagram. But where else do I post memes? I don't even know where else. Yeah, why you 2 minutes late, Poppy, and she holding a knife? I thought I posted this on Facebook. Where else do I post memes? Well, where else does my son post memes is the question. Maybe it's just on Facebook. But yeah, why you 2 minutes late, Poppy, and she holding a knife? Yeah, I guess I don't have it. Do I post memes somewhere else? Probably do. Oh, no, I know where it is. It's on my YouTube. That's where I posted it. I think I posted on my YouTube community post. Let me see. But I don't know what channel. See, now what channel did I post it on? That's going to be the next question. Okay, let me see if I posted it over here. My son posts over here too. He posts over here too, so it might be over here. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Down scroll. Yep. Might be it's on the Coach Greg Adams channel. All right. I'll be just posting shit. Sometimes I don't be paying attention. Sometimes my son reposts. Oh, there it is. I found it. Let's see what it says. Latinas be like, hi, Poppy, why you late? All right, there it is right there. Shout out to my Latinas. Hey, man, they cute as a button, though.
Now I got to cut you.
They be looking cute as hell, man. Hi, Poppy, why you late? Yes. Oh, you're so adorable. And they literally be milking you, man. They be milking you. Latinas be milking you. They gonna leave your balls empty. They gonna make it hard for you to cheat. All right, because they don't mind having no intimacy. Like, it's hard. Like, I've never met a Latina that you had to beg for some intimacy. Okay, they're gonna milk your balls. Or you ain't gonna have none left to cheat. You're gonna be like, white women gonna leave your balls hella full. All right, black women gonna make it though so that you don't even want to touch them. Right, they arguing with you all in your face. Right, the struggle to make ends meet. They emasculating you. You can't even get erect with a black woman. You know what I mean? You just like, man, this is just ridiculous. All right, but a Latina, I've never met a Latina that didn't want to get busy all the time. They're going to milk you. They're going to make sure you don't go out. They're going to make sure you go out with the magazine empty. You be like, I'm going to go cheat on my Latina. She can be like, no, you ain't. You ain't going to be able to get it up. Right? You ain't even going to be able to get that shit up. Right? They ain't making sure. A black woman will make your dick limp just wearing that bonnet to bed. And she'll be like, all right, just go ahead. And she'll put her arm on the pillow like this. Go ahead and take it and hike her leg up wearing that bonnet. And you trying to smash her looking at that silk bonnet. And you can't even get it up. You can just be like, nah, that's okay. All right. That's okay. A Latina come in, she let her hair down, she pull it back. Okay, Poppy, here, hold my curly hair. You're like, oh my God. All right. You can't even cheat. You can't even cheat on a Latina. She's gonna milk you. Daddy, Poppy, how come you had enough? How come you had enough to cheat? Maybe I ain't milking you. All right, anyway. All right, but white women and black women gonna keep you out here. You're gonna be just on the hunt, hungry and starving all the time. Like, I just gotta get me something. Oh, man. Let me see here. What are we doing here? Enough about the Latina chicks, all right? And don't be mad at me. Look, y'all mad at me like, oh, you be always talking about black women. I'll just spend about 30 minutes talking about Latinas. At least 20. Them stabbing me. What about Ling? Well, Lings ain't gonna necessarily milk you. They ain't gonna necessarily milk you, but you gotta watch out for Lings. They hella sneaky, right? Lings be sitting over there. They be eating pieces of rice, right? They be eating a little seaweed and sitting around, and you be like, and then you grab them. You be like, come here. And she don't fight you at all. She'd be like, okay. You take her there. You be like, do this, do that. She'll do all of that shit. You be like, come here, do this, do that, fold her up, do whatever. She'll do it. She'll be like, all right, do whatever you want. Tie me in a knot. I don't give a fuck. You done with her? I'm like, damn, I just disgraced her. All right, let me take a nap. You take a nap, she gonna cheat on you soon as you sleep. Soon as you sleep, she gonna go cheat on you, sell some pussy, go sleep with a 68-year-old white man. All without even having a car or a driver's license. Right here. And she don't even care if you cheating on her at the same time. She be like, go get whoever you want. I don't care. As long as she can go cheat and go get what she wants. She ain't even watching you. You ain't even watching her. You ain't even watching her. You be like, bitch don't do nothing. She don't say nothing. She don't speak unless I say you can speak. Nothing. Not the condescending Americanized Lings. But they hella sneaky. They hella sneaky. They'll come back. I'm going to go take the bus in an Uber. I'm going to go over here. They be lying, telling you they going over here. I got to go over to the fish market where they sell the whole fish with the eye and everything on it. They going to act like they going to the fish market. They going to go over there and cheat real quick, get some money, pay, All right, go to the fish market with the fish with the eye on it, come back and make you a whole meal and sold some pussy at the same time. So you got to watch out for the Ling. You got to watch out for them. They sneaky as hell, bro. Now, the other thing they're going to do for men who like Lings, who likes a Ling right here? I'll talk about them. All right. Yep, they'll have 4 boyfriends juggling them, and they won't even say a word. You won't even see them texting because in front of you, they'll just be sitting there looking at their TV screen or their computer. They'll have 4 boyfriends, 2 sugar daddies, sell some pussy, be on the internet with their feet out. You won't even know, bro. Now, here's the other thing about them. The other thing about them that will get you to put your guard down is they're like kittens. Meow. Right? They're like kittens. So what they get you is when they're with you, they just follow you around like a cat. All right? They just follow you around like a cat. What you want me to do? You be walking around and then you stop, you turn around and they be right there. You like, get out the way. You know what I mean? And you can't really see them out your peripheral because they hella short. So you can't even see them out your peripheral. So you walking around, they follow you around. What you need? What you need? Where you going? I'll go with you. Let's do this. Let's do that. They kind of want to go where you're going. The minute they don't go where you're going, they cheating. Right? You got to watch them, bro. You got to watch them because they have a whole culture that's sitting around cheating, right? Like Japanese, Korean. They don't really do that monogamy like we do it because we have Christ in America. We have Christ in the Lord God and the Jesus Christ in the Latter-day Saints. They don't have that. They have Buddha, witchcraft. They don't have the Lord like that. They don't have the Lord. Like, they don't think the Lord's just watching over them in all their every moves, like George Carlin says, right? They don't have religion like that where they have like, they don't have karma. They don't have any of this shit that people are scared of in America. I'm going to go to hell. The Lord's going to be watching me. All right. Oh my goodness. I'm going to die and I'm going to come back an ant. All right. They don't have any of this shit. You know what I mean? They don't really. Yeah, they got Confucius. They don't have like this need to be like, I feel like I'm sinning and someone's watching me the whole time. They don't have like any of this culture. And maybe the Philippines do, but even them, they kind of corrupt with their Lord too. So with that being said, they don't feel like they're going to go to hell for doing this. They don't feel like they violated God's principles and rules. They don't feel like the Lord's watching them. Like, they don't feel like that. So when they do shit like that, they just be like, whatever. I ain't going to hell, though. I don't have to repent for my sins, though. Like, they don't have that. The Philippines has it a little bit. All right, but, you know, Catholicism's not very strong when they don't follow the rules too much. Like, the Catholics do all kind of wild shit. They be sleeping with kids, teenage pregnancies. Like, the Catholics are kind of a weak, limp biscuit ass religion. They don't be following the rules. They have rules. If you don't follow the rules, they'll put them on you and subjugate you. But then when they don't follow the rules, they be like, yeah, about these altar boys. Any comment on that? Nah. It's in the Bible somewhere. All right. So anyway. Yeah, Filipinos cheat a lot. What I was saying is they have Catholicism. So they're kind of the one Asian group that has a religion that is close to our religion, but they cheat just as much. Like, that's what I said. It's flimsy. I didn't say they didn't cheat. Y'all don't listen. I said they have religion more. Of all the Asian groups, they have a religion that is kind of based on our religion. The white man's God that tells them cheating is a sin, right? The Philippines has it. The rest of them don't. So they don't have this religious looking over you. Now, that doesn't mean they follow it, but they will lean on it. Also in the Philippines, they have a lot of witchcraft. So at the same time, and they also have Islam in the Philippines. So you don't know what you're going to get. You get a Filipina, you don't know what you're going to get. You could get a whole sea urchin, a sea Mexican, a witch, a Catholic witch, a Catholic. You could get a Muslim Catholic. You could get a demon. You don't know what you're about to get. There's 189, 11 islands in the Philippines. You land on one, it could be completely different religion. You don't know what you're going to get. But a Filipina going to cheat her ass off, so watch out for them. And they'll tell you they're loyal, they're lying. All right, they lying, man. Hey, if Filipinas were actually loyal, you wouldn't have their single mother rate the way it is. All right, their single mother rate is atrocious. Let me see here. Let's get back to this. Let me get to the super chats. We'll do the main event. Enough about this comedy. We just are doing some comedy. Don't get offended. Somebody said witchcraft in the Philippines. Oh, yes. What? Witchcraft is heavy in the Philippines. Witchcraft is heavy in the Philippines. I mean, that is a big time place of witchcraft. It just depends on where you are, but yes. Oh, yes. Shout out to our brother Sid Thompson. Thank you, coach. And that's a sponsor. Where the motherfucking sponsors at?
I'm rich, bitch.
Where the motherfucking sponsors at, man? Where's Sid? Look at Sid and No Government Ain't BH sponsoring. And you niggas are sitting on your motherfucking hands with this best entertainment. That's why I'm going to get on with the fucking show. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let me see what we got. Any Filipinos in here? Any Pinoys? Pinas? Any Pinoys? It's crazy. My man said, learn something new every day. Oh, it's big. It's big. That's why a lot of passport bros, they don't even know what they walking into. They have no clue. Shout out to Six Paths TV. Thank you for teaching men to let go of this fantasy men have about relationships, which is basically looking for a woman that doesn't exist anymore. I'm a YouTuber on the come up, and I can't wait to hit the JUCO. Shout out to you, Six Paths TV. Appreciate you for being here. And yes, keep up on the grind on your YouTube. Shout out to our brother says witchcraft, aka poisoning food. Somebody said right here, we got a Pinoy in the house. We got Pinoys in the house. Shout out to you. We got our people over on Ko-Fi. Noodles in a Cauldron says, Coach, this is why Latinas are great. That 21-year-old Latina I super chatted about this morning asked me to blow her back out all night. And then at 2 a.m., I'm all exhausted, breathing heavily, and she asks, are you hungry? She gets up, cooks a tortilla with butter and salt, and brings it to me. Yes, you can find some good ones out here. If they ain't 304s, you can, even if they're 304s, you can find some good ones out there. They're out here, and they do look to serve. There are some cultures that look to serve. All right, the Latina culture, depending on where, I mean, there's a lot of, almost the entire Western Hemisphere is Latino. All right, the entire Western Hemisphere, South America, Central America, Mexico, bits of North America. All right, it's almost all the Caribbeans. A lot of it is almost all Latino. All right, the Spaniards conquered a lot of fucking land. All right, I know y'all be on the white man in English. The white man, all right, but the Spanish, which is European, they conquered a lot, bro. They conquered a lot. You know, they ain't a power now anymore economically, so they got a pass. You know what I mean? It's like the French, too. They was fucking shit up, too. But the Spanish took over a lot, so there's a lot of different levels to La Latina and the Latino. All right, but anyway. You got to watch out for them, too. But depending where you get your Latina from, they could be a very serving people. The conquistadors. Shout out to the conquistadors, the conquerors. Yeah, man. They was going crazy. They even got to the sea Mexicans over there, the Philippines. All right. Spain was going nuts. All right. So they was going nuts with their seed. But now they get a kind of a pass. Nobody fucks with Spain. Nobody looks at Spain. It was like the colonizers, but they was tearing shit up. They got the Native Americans, the Mexicans. They got all of them, man. They got all of them. All right, anyway. The conquistadors. The only conquistadors I really knew were the tag team in the World Wrestling Federation that always left. They always lost. They were always losing, but they were kind of a main event tag team, but they would always lose to Demolition. Who remembers the Conquistadors? I do. The Conquistadores. I actually, like you said, man, there are some women that like to serve and they have a culture of serving. And it's a refreshing thing. We're going to talk about this. Shout out to our brother Rockman Ingram for your support. You didn't say anything, but shout out to you. Shout out to you. Let's see here. Where we at? Let's get into it. I think we got the main event. All right, the main event topic is going to be the ego, the fragile male ego. All right, so I'm going to give it a banner. We'll do it live. Since we're here live, we're just chilling. All right, it's not an organized show. The fragile male ego. There it is right there. We did it live. Let's see if I can move it around without fucking up the whole. Okay, we got it. The fragile male ego. I'll show it again. All right, there we go right there. What happens in the fragile male ego? So what we're talking about earlier for people who weren't here, in relationships can simply be summed up. You know, what people say love and romance, and we have all of these things that are somewhat mythical, and you can't touch it, you can't feel it. People can say you'll know it if it's there, when it's not there, right? You know it's not there. Some people get finessed. Some people finesse people with the fantasy of love and romance, right? Like if you look at certain women will use the fact that they love you to get what they want, to use you. And then all of a sudden, when you figure out what they were doing, they never really loved you. They just were kind of playing that. They lose you. They used it. Like, for instance, a woman that is known to turn tricks. They'll use love. They'll get the trick who is just there for transactional. And then they'll use love to say, hey, I'm falling in love with you. Right? And then they'll finesse more out of the guy. And so, yeah, he felt love until he realized, oh, she was playing the game on me. Some women they use that as a weapon. So what happens is she will cater to the ego by using love. So what is she using? Catering to the ego or using love? What was more real? She catered to the ego. She didn't use love. So love is catering to the male ego. So the ego is important here. So men need their ego catered to. A lot of what men get into relationships is ego based. So what'll happen is if he can't get a relationship, if he can't get love, if he can't get sex, he has low self-esteem. He's fractured. He's depressed. That's the ego. It's not the fact that love he can't get. It's his ego. His ego is not intact. It is destroyed. So he can't brag about how he's able to get women to do X, Y, and Z. We're going to get to that later. With women, it's not love that they want. They want support, security, affirmations. They want to know that you're going to be there for them. They want to know that you're going to support them in a variety of ways economically. Because that's where their history and lineage come from. It's programmed in them to actually look for this, even though they make their own money. That's kind of messing up the dating marketplace. They make their own money, yet they're still looking for this. Typically, generally, they're looking for this. So, you know, white women search for this. They'll find out where your family's from, what side of the tracks you were on, where you grew up, if you're in any debt, right? They'll research this to make sure that they're compatible with their partner. They don't just jump in and say, I'm in love with him, and then don't do their paperwork. Because what will happen is if they don't do their paperwork and they fall in love, their family's going to pay the price. Oh, you married this guy. He's in $200,000 debt, right? The family will try to correct and help that. And then when they help, if the relationship doesn't work, they might come after the guy or the guy's family and say, you owe us this because we tried to make you whole. Or they'll maybe hire you for the father's business to make sure they get that money back. So yeah, there is a sense of the security, the finances that plays a part, whether he supports 100% or 50% or 20%. The relationship will fracture not because of absence of love. It's an absence of support, security. If you have a relationship, a wife, and you have a job, you're stable, but you become non-stable, the love will fall apart simply because she'll get scared. She'll become unsure. She'll be like, where's this going? What's our future going to look like? What's next month going to look like? What's next year going to look like? So is it love? No, it's the support. It's the finances. So men get in and they get comfortable when their ego is intact or catered to. Women get the comfort when they get support, security. Okay. A woman's vulnerable when she's pregnant. Why? Because she's not considered the support system traditionally when she's pregnant. Why? Because she's with child. She can lose the child if she's working too hard traditionally. So she'll typically take a back step. What does she want? Support, security. She don't give a fuck about love. Love don't mean shit at this particular point because she has a couple of things she's thinking about. Number one, I got to think about this baby inside of me. Number two, is this baby and me going to be supported if I can't earn money? Then number three, if I have this child, is the father going to leave me in a lurch financially or leave me in a lurch physically? That's security and support. So what's important? Love? Love is just something that you just guys just say to be comfortable. It's like God. It's like love. It's like spirit. It's like nothing. You can't prove it. You can't define it. Nobody can define love with the same motherfucking definition. But everybody knows support. Everybody knows security. Everybody knows these things. But what you don't want to do for your male ego is think that that woman's with you for security, support, resources. You want to think that she's with you because she likes and loves you. It's not true. It's not true. That's your ego talking. She likes me. She rocks with me. No, she feels supported by you. She feels protected by you. She feels secure with you. The minute she doesn't, she gone. It's not that the love left. It's that the security protection left. So that's why she's there. That's why she's there. When she wants something, she caters to your ego. But I love you. Hey, daddy. Hey, Snookums. Hey, hubby. I love you today. Your daughter does the same thing. Why? To get resources from you, to let your guard down, to ask you for a favor, to get something from you. Your daughter does this. Your girlfriend does this. Your wife does this. Your sugar baby does this. Every woman knows how to do this to men. Why? They cater to your ego. Oh, I love you, honey. And they'll snuggle up, rub your little fat belly, and then they'll go in for the ask. That's not love. That's ego. They're catering to your ego to get you to believe that she loves you so she can get something from me. She's going to get something from you. $50, $100, a gas tank, a car wash, get you to pick up something, move furniture, buy her concert tickets, so forth and so on. We got ego, resources. Ego, money. That is the basis of all relationships. You can have a relationship survive on those two things alone. If both of you guys are honest, this is why you have men that marry sugar babies. This is why you have men marry models and shit like that. And you look and you say, she's only with him for money. Duh. They agreed on that. And he's only with her because she's good looking. Arm candy. She plays the part. Now, they may not even be monogamous. They might not even be monogamous. He might cheat on her. She might cheat on him. They might even have an agreement. Who cares? That ain't even important. But as long as you cater to my ego, you play your role, you don't embarrass me, we're good. As long as you give me an allowance, financial support, I never had to go out here and fuck guys for money no more or take trips and vacations to Dubai to get dookied on, we can have a great relationship. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Tiger Woods and Elin. Elin knew Tiger Woods was fucking around on her. But Elin was a nanny for wealthy people, and they paired her up with Tiger. Tiger needed Elin to look like the trophy wife. It catered to his ego. It made him a billionaire or close to a billionaire because why? Tiger Woods got a beautiful blonde Swedish bitch. Like, come on. Back in that time, that was like having motherfucking hot gold on your goddamn arm. That was like having gold on your arm. That's the ultimate trophy wife, no matter what race you are in any international setting. So that's to his ego. She gets to get the money, security, and support. Guess what happened? He was cheating on her left and right. Did she give a fuck? Not really. She probably was hurt a little bit. We're going to talk about this and women accepting men cheating. She probably was a little bit hurt. She probably was like, damn, this sucks, but we got this $550 million. Until when? Until it got out that that's what he was doing. It was a secret. It was a secret that they both had against, that they both supported. They had their type of relationship. It was what it was. She kept the secret. She kept it quiet. It's kind of like when a woman is with a gay dude, she'll keep it quiet. She'll clean it up until it got exposed and it embarrassed her. Now she got to play save face. Now she got to go upset his head with a golf club. And then she fucked his ego up by knocking his ass out outside the house with a golf club. Now his ego's fractured. This nigga ain't won but one major since then in 20 years. His ego's fractured. His public image is fractured. It's gone. Where'd she go? She left. She took the bag and fucking ran. All right. So she said, I'm going to get my money.
Bag and run.
Okay. Ego gone. Her, on the other hand, she said, I'm going to go get my money and run and go marry another billionaire. Okay. So their relationship probably wasn't made on love. It was an arrangement. So as I said, there are situations where ego being fed and support and security be given, that can make the relationship work until it doesn't exist anymore. All right. But the relationship can work just as much as these fake fraudulent love relationships that people say they're in love. Now, let's talk about where women stand, and then we'll talk about men. Where women stand is that you will hear a situation where women are with the guy who is giving her this support and security, and she knows he might have other women. She knows this. She senses it. She might not care. This is typically women of all races, but typically Filipina, Asian women, white women, typically to an extent. All right. These two groups of people will be like, well, as long as the bills are paid, they'll look the other way. They have funny memes of women walking in, my billionaire husband cheating, and they walk in with all their shopping bags, and they go, oh, sorry, honey, finish up. Do you need any water? Do you need me to clean this dick off? Like, they'll look the other way as long as that's there, as long as it doesn't embarrass them, as long as it's not exposed to the community and the neighborhood and the church, as long as it keeps up with the image. Do what you want. It's okay. Just don't bring it around me. I don't want to see it. Don't put it in my face. You see what I mean? There is a chance that that works. As long as it's agreed upon initially, don't throw it on her after the fact. She agrees on it initially. Okay, as long as I get this allowance and the support, whatever. Women have stuck around with a lot of dudes who they knew and had evidence that they were cheating. Now, typically Latinas aren't in this group, but the women knew. In fact, when you look at sugar daddy, sugar baby arrangements, the woman will know that he has multiple girls. She might even express that she knows it and say, I just don't want to see it. She knows it because he has leverage, but he's giving her something. She, on the other hand, will hide the fact that she has multiple sugar daddies or men or boyfriends or whatever. She will hide it. Why? Because in that dynamic, it doesn't work. Typically, the guy's going to be like, I'm controlling you with these resources. You can't have other men. Or if you do, you better make sure I don't know it and I can't find it out. He will make sure that that's not the case. Nah. Okay? If you look at Puffy and Cassie, they had that similar dynamic. Nah. Meanwhile, but Puffy had multiple girlfriends, and she was what? Miffed. Cassie was miffed. Damn. Same with Daphne Joy. Damn. All they could say was damn. But guess what? Cassie had multiple men, and Diddy lost his mind because of the ego. So let's go back to it. A woman will stick with a guy who's high tier, high status, high money, whatever it is. Secure, as long as security is there, the woman will be like, until that woman has multiple men. Then that guy can't handle it. Even though he has multiple women, that guy finds out she has multiple men and he's supporting her. He's giving her security, protection, support. He will say, deal off. Why? Because men are in it for their ego. This is why a guy will say, we can have a threesome, but it's going to be 2 women. The woman will say, okay, but why don't we have a threesome where there's 2 men? The guy inevitably will say, no other dicks in the room. Why? Ego. He don't want to share his girl with another dude, but he sure will share his girl with another girl without even thinking about it. There was a funny meme of a woman saying that, where a man says, hey, I want a threesome. And she's like, okay, find the other dude. And everybody was like, what? I never thought about it that way. Because men never think of a threesome with another man and his girl. Why? Ego. He cannot have another woman crush his girl in front of him. Unless it's Diddy. It's an automatic no. A man wants to believe in all his heart and all his sacrifice and support for what he's giving up. A man wants to believe that he's the only one that can access that woman. That's the ego. Not only does he want to believe he's the only one that can access that woman, he wants to be the only one that believes he can please that woman. He doesn't want another man pleasing that woman. He doesn't want another man squeezing her lungs, folding her up, putting her knees by her ears, cream pieing her, or making her squeal, or nutting on his face. A man can't handle this. Especially a man, even a man that has multiple women. Now, he's folding up multiple women. He never sees it the same when his girl does that. He never sees it the same. He doesn't want to see her legs quivering and nutting and squeezing another man's dick out of her punani and squirting. He can't handle that. He can't even have the thought of that. Can't do it. So this is when a man will say things like Catfish is saying, this is my pussy. This is daddy's. This is mine. I own this. That's the ego. He doesn't even want to know about the men before him. He can't even deal with it. If you had a woman that you were dating and you found out why you were dating her and taking her out to dinners and lunches and brunch and having sex with her, he cannot deal with the fact that another guy had her at that same time. Even though they weren't committed at that time, it still counts. So he's going to say, another man had you while I was kissing you. You were sucking another man's dick. No bueno. No bueno. He'll break it off. He'll stop the relationship right then and there. He'll hit the scratch like, wait a minute. Hold up. So you mean when I was taking you out on dates, when I was doing this, when I was parading your ass around and taking you out on concerts, when I was waiting to fuck you, when I was wearing condoms, when I took you on a trip, another dude was accessing them guts? You were sucking another man's dick? Relationship over. It's over. Even though you weren't committed, even though you didn't put a ring on it, even though you didn't call her your girlfriend, even though y'all didn't go out to a tree and carve out a heart and put your initials in it, the relationship is over on the spot. Because why? He was providing security to her. And that's what she wanted. Then he'll go to the, wait a minute. Well, I was giving you security. Well, I was paying your bills. When I was supporting you and giving you protection, what was the other guy doing? Was he paying or not paying? Did he chip in on your resources? If that's the case, he might look at it completely differently. Or was he getting it for free? Was he an ex? When we see in a relationship, he's going to be like, this is a no-go. She's going to say, but what happened? We weren't official. You didn't say anything. I didn't think this was foul. He's going to be like, nope. In fact, a guy will marry a woman, and if he finds out within a year into the marriage that she was doing that, the marriage is over. Why? Ego. He cannot believe that he was a present in her life and another guy was accessing her for free, for pay, or whatever. He's going to go back and look at and count every dollar and go back and look and count every date. He's going to go back and re-examine the entire relationship. So wait a minute. When you canceled a date on me, that means you were with the other man. He's going to look back and examine everything, and he cannot handle it. Why? The male ego. Did it have anything to do with love? Nope. But he will blow that relationship up like the Goodyear blimp. It's over. He's going to think, wait a minute. Could you have possibly given me some pussy on the same day you gave him some pussy? Yep. He'll be like, that's it. No. He does not want to believe that he came before or after another guy. It's over. Why? His ego. His ego is tested. And he does not want to be in a situation where that can continue. Because he married her. He gave her children. There's just too much things that can go wrong. She can have the other guy's child accidentally. So there's too much that can go wrong for him. And why would he provide support, protection, security for a woman that gives another man access? Why would I do that? Is he providing the same security? Does he have the same restrictions and requirements? He's not going to be able to do it. His ego can't handle it. And this is also why, while he has multiple women, he will have multiple women at the same time. This is where the women go crazy. But I'm going to make sure you guys all learn. He will have multiple women at the same time. She will know that he has multiple women. She might even say, well, because you have multiple women, I'm going to have multiple men. However, the difference is going to be he knows that he has multiple women. You accepted it. You agreed to it. Also, he ain't afraid to tell you. He knows you know. He never denies it when you ask and bring it up. You'll see people texting him and all that. You'll see it. The woman will see it. But the woman will lie, will sneak around, will go behind his back and not let it be known that that's what she's doing. That's where the difference is. See, now, if she comes out and says, oh, since you have multiple women, I'm going to just have multiple men. Guess what? The protection and security is done. That man is going to say, oh, really? No more money for you. No more support for you. And she knows that. So she has to hide and sneak around. That's where the fault is. She might be right that, yes, if he's not committed, she can't commit either. She's well within her right to make that decision. But that's not normally how it works, because she's got to get not love, but the resources from you. So she's got to sneak around. And therefore, when he finds out, it's days, weeks, months, or years down the line, and he's going to feel some sort of way. Because she was lying. She was sneaking around. She wasn't being honest. She said she doesn't share her pussy. She says she's faithful. She's loyal. Then she also says, this your pussy, daddy, right? She will tell you this the entire time, but will lie and sneak to get the resources. That's what makes the difference between when men cheat or have multiple women then can have a fractured ego when she cheats, because it's normally centered around sneaking so she can still secure the funds. She's lying to him. She's manipulating him. She's been telling series and series and series of lies, to where then when you find out the truth, you got to see how far the lies went back. Typically, the woman accepts the man with multiple women, and he never denies it. He might even tell her. She might even say, well, that's okay as long as you're providing security. Unfortunately, she attacks his ego by sneaking. If she was on front, then he would make a decision, and the normal decision he'll make is he'll cut off the relationship and the resources as soon as she admits it. So this is the difference, where women will say, well, he was cheating on me too. But what happened when he was cheating on you? What did you do? You still stayed for whatever reason. You didn't leave. You accepted it. You knew it. You smelt his dick when he came in. In fact, it might have made you even more aroused or attracted to him. However, when the man finds out you were doing it, it's usually because you were lying and sneaking around. And when he asked you about it and confronted you, you still lied. You lied for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 12 months, a year, 2 years. You lied all the way through it. That's the difference. And then he starts counting the cost. Why? Because his ego is destroyed. His ego came with that commitment. His ego was what was there, not the love he was receiving. It was the ego. Similarly, you don't even have to pay the girl money, but you're paying 50% of the rent. You're paying another man to fuck your girl? That's how men look at it. I just paid another man to fuck my girl. Most men ain't going for it. Why? Ego. Not love. It's the betrayal. It's the crushing of the ego to make him believe that he went to work every day and allowed her to survive and not live out on the fucking streets, and he paid for what? Him to fuck. He paid for another man to fuck his girl. Okay? So it's the ego. It was a relationship that she got support from, and protection and security, and she had to lie and run game on you or trick you or whatever, sell you a dream, say every time you was in there digging her out that it was your pussy and nobody else is going to get it, when it ended up being a lie. He can't deal with this. He ain't going to be able to deal with this, because he going to look at every time he invested and protected and supported you and all that, and he going to look at it, it was a fraudulent relationship. Now, let's say the woman doesn't know that he has multiple women, and she doesn't have multiple men. She just wasn't aware. She was blindsided. You will find that that's extremely rare. It's extremely rare where she was blindsided. I found out he was cheating on me. Then you'll find out she'll say what? He was cheating on me with 6 women. It's normally 6 women down the line. Why? She investigated 1, she found 1, she found 2, she found 3, she found 4. So this is months down the line. And she still slept with him. She still took money from him. She still took half the rent or all the rent. She still took the support and security. Why? Boom. She could not find woman number 1 and walk out the fucking door. Why? She's not there for that. Her ego is crushed. She's just gonna have to chalk that L up. Why? She need the rent at the end of the month, so she's gonna stay. That's what they said Cassie did. That's what they said Daphne Joy did. She still stayed because Diddy was paying the rent. The security, the support, the money was more important than the love and the fidelity. Am I preaching here? Let me take it a little further. So love ain't got nothing to do with it, y'all. It's ego and resources. Let me take it a step further. Let's talk about the men. A man's ego is wrapped up completely in how the woman treats him, or how everyone perceives the woman treats him. If she's good looking and fine and fabulous, and she's a 10 and she hot, she a baddie, guess what? He's going to say, you know what I mean? because that's how I pull them. Ego. I only pull the baddest bitches. I'm only around baddies. I'm only around the baddest flatbacks. I get the finest white women. Why? Is it love? No, it's ego. Then he'll go further. The male ego says, I'm the only one that dicks her down. I'm the only man that has ever fucked her. I'm the one that made her come first. I'm the only one she sucked seed from right out of the damn source. His ego is attached to that woman. Not only that woman, the other women he has. I got one woman that does this. I got another woman that cooks and cleans. I got another woman that folds my clothes. Is it for love? No, it's because of ego. The minute one of these women breaks his ego, he typically has to get revenge on that woman. He can never let it go. Why? Because his whole ego and reputation was attached to that. He believed he was the only one that could put hands on her, fold, make her come, make her wet, and all of that. When he finds out that's not true, he has to get revenge because he's hurt. His ego is destroyed. Don't let anybody else find out about it. He got to now make an example out of that woman. He got to have his pimp hand strong. He got to humiliate her and so forth and so on. That's not love. That is ego. So his whole image is predicated. I only get 9s and 10s. I get sex for free. You have to pay. Is that love? No, that's ego. The man is only in it for ego. I could never pay. Why? Ego. You have to pay. Ego. I get it for free. Ego. I don't fuck fat bitches. Ego. It's never about love. It's never about the whole. It is egocentric. I got women on the track. I put women on the track when I was in 6th grade. Ego. I had bitches bringing me candy. I had bitches write me love letters since the 12th grade. Ego. Ain't got nothing to do with love or sex or performance. It's all ego based. I got 3 women and they all know about each other. Ego. This is all egocentric. The male relationship dynamic when he associates with women is egocentric. The minute that woman destroys that reality, he is crushed. He's hurt. He's bitter. He needs to seek revenge. He has to humiliate her. These type of things. All right. So there's where the male associates the woman. It has nothing to do about love or anything the thing she does is basically for something he brags about. It's similar to when women say, I have a guy and he gives me, he takes me out and he gives me $800 every time we go out. She brags about that. She goes on the internet and tells everybody, I got these men paying me for this and that. They do this to that and they take me out shopping and tricking. It's not ego, it's the money. So she leads with that. Same thing as when dudes up on the internet. I got hoes in different area codes. Everywhere I touch down, I got a bitch. And I don't have to pay her. I don't have to take her to dinner. I walk in and I fucks her. I busts my nut and I go and she know I got other bitches and she folds my socks and she clips my toenails. Ego. In a marriage, I got a girl that rocks with me. She been with me for 13 years. She never would cheat on me. She know I got other bitches. All right. Ego. Had nothing to do with love. It has your ability to come up here and brag about it. Oh, we the love of my life. I've been married for 26 years. I can trust her and blah, 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 blah. It ain't talking about love. He's talking about ego. My husband ain't never made me pay a bill ever. Finances. Support, security, protection. She ain't talking about love. She talking about the ability to have a man pay and support her. So that's where the relationships are centered on. That's what people brag about. They never bragging about love and romance and he bought me flowers. She'll show the flowers he bought because it's a goddamn 3 dozens of roses. And it's a big ass look at bouquet. Look at what he bought me. Money. Look at my engagement ring. Money. If the engagement ring is whack, she ain't putting that shit on the internet. Money. My husband he loved me. He bought me a new Porsche Cayenne. Money. It's all centered around the finance. How much she's able to make this man trick for him. And whether he's a husband, whether he's a trick, or whatever, she's talking about the financial support and security. I have this man wrapped around my fingers so much because he bought this. That's what they're demonstrating. He bought this for me. He sent me flowers. The problem is, she's still fucking a dude that didn't send her flowers. Imagine when the man that sent her flowers finds out she's still sucking the dick of the man that didn't send her flowers. Is this ego going to be crushed? Yes. Did he send you flowers on your birthday? Did he send you flowers on Valentine's Day? This bitch will bring the purse that you brought her around the nigga that didn't buy her a purse and suck his dick to the bone, swallow his kids with the purse you bought around her motherfucking shoulder. This is how much they don't understand how a man's ego is attached to support and security. They have no clue. The minute he finds out that she had her hand wrapped around another man's dick with the purse you bought on her shoulder, he ain't gonna just be mad about the cheating. He gonna be mad that you was gripping his dick with the purse that he bought on your shoulder. That's ego. Now that's ego. He did those things because he thought, even though he had other bitches, he thought that you were loyal to him. Because you said you were. Not because he didn't catch you. You said repeatedly that you were loyal. You said repeatedly, I would never cheat. You said repeatedly, I ain't talking to no other niggas. You said repeatedly that this my pussy. Only to find out that that wasn't true over a period of months and years. And he is crushed. Ego gone. The love had nothing to do with it. He started looking at it and going, what? You thought. Ego in the toilet. Right? Gone. And he starts counting. What do men do in a divorce? What do men do in a divorce? What is a man mad at in a divorce? If she cheated, he's mad at that. But what is he more mad at? The ego is one thing, but it's the money. I was supporting you, and you betrayed me. So he'll go back to where the betrayal happened and count the costs. Why his ego got fucked up. It had nothing to do with love. It was the betrayal, and his ego was fractured. And he'll start counting the money. All right, I took you on a trip. I took you on a vacation. I bought you a purse, a bike, a laptop. I bought you all this shit. I paid all this rent. He'll start going back. Then what'll happen is he'll count the cost. You'll find men when they get divorced. What do they say? They don't say she cheated on me. That's always assumed. He says, I had to pay X amount of dollars in child support. I had lost X amount of dollars in the house. I lost X amount of dollars. He'll go back to the security. I provided this and that. I gave her alimony and child support. I did this and I paid that and this. And he'll talk about all the motherfucking money he lost. Not the love. He like, I paid all this. I gave her all that. And I had to pay this on the exit restock fee. I had to pay this when I wasn't even getting no pussy. He starts talking about how much support he gave her and what he was entitled to based on that support. Bottom line is this. And this is what men have to know. A woman wants support, security, protection. But that does not guarantee that she'll be loyal. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. See, that doesn't guarantee love or loyalty. It never has. It never will. The only thing it guarantees mostly is access to that woman. You get access to her when she is available. As the relationship goes on, she will remove some of that access, or she will make the access a little bit more difficult. But just because a woman says, I want to be supported and I want protection and security, that doesn't mean loyalty is included. She might suggest that it is, but as we've demonstrated, she will never straight up say that she has multiple men doing multiple things for her, because she knows the protection goes away immediately. She will never say this outright. It's rarely that she's going to say, yeah, support, protect me, but I'm going to have multiple niggies. She knows she can't do that. There's no support. You would immediately remove and say, not me then. So she has to lie about that. She has to hide that. She has to betray you. She has to misunderstand or misinterpret the relationship. Well, I didn't know that was against the rules. I didn't realize flirting and texting guys was against the rules. She'll do it because your protection and support does not guarantee her that she will stop that behavior. You think it does? I'm here to tell you it doesn't. You better learn that. The fact that we have monkey branching and them looking out and them swinging to the neck, they are always looking for better security and provision, even when you're giving it to them. Even when you're giving it to them, they have their eye open for a possible better landing spot. Doesn't mean she's looking for it, but if it presents, she could consider. For the man, from the woman's perspective, once a man's ego is fractured in a relationship, that man will never recover to be the man that she needs him to be. So that goes to emasculation, that goes to cucking the man, that goes to embarrassing him and humiliating him. He might be forced to stay financially, aka marriage, divorce, but he'll never be the man again. He'll never lead. He'll never be strong. Once it is figured out that she betrayed him and attacked his ego, he can never recover to be the man that she needs. So if he's stuck in the marriage, he's never going to recover and be dominant or masculine or lead. His ego is destroyed. You've emasculated him. You've humiliated him. You're embarrassed him. It's over. He might still be forced to secure or provide, but it's irretrievably broken. It's gone. Once his ego is killed, he cannot go back. He might not even be able to have sex with her in a manner that is pleasing to her. He might not even get aroused by her anymore, especially if she is being shared by multiple men. So he might not even be able to get aroused anymore. Now, they might stay together and work it out and go through marriage counseling and all that. But once his ego is attacked, there's no coming back. It's no coming back from it. And this is where women will say, well, get over it, or we can just start over anew. We can have a clean slate. It's over. It's over. Clean slate. If he's forced to do it, he'll do it to stay for the kids or not lose his fucking house or whatever. He can't come back because his ego was wrapped up in the entire relationship. His ego came from the relationship. So the woman can start over. She can turn the page. She could, because women typically do this. They just turn the page. They just say, let's start over with a clean slate. All right, she could do that. She's probably been doing that entire relationship. She also has probably been not as faithful as she needed to be during the relationship, which that's why she always wants a clean slate. All right, let's just start forward from here. Let's start the game from now, because she knows that in that case, she knows that she gets a do-over. She gets a mulligan because she's been doing some goofy shit too. So, okay, let me just turn the page and she'll stick around. Why? Security. She can continue the security. I broke it off with one of my JUCOs. Now, we both have multiple mates. But towards at one point of the relationship, she was not supposed to, and I didn't have a rule that I was not supposed to. So I had multiple mates. She was supposed to not have multiple mates at some point. But she saw that I was still doing what I was doing, so she continued to do what she was doing. Then once we figured it out, once I caught it, because she didn't tell me, I told her, she didn't tell me, this is where the dispute came in. And she said, well, you were having multiple girls, so I continued to do what I did. But she said, let's just turn the page. We can't move on from here because you violated, you agreed that you knew, and you agreed with what I was doing, but you went behind my back and did something else. What did she want to do? Okay, let's just move forward from here. The problem is the behavior still exists. So we now have to walk it back. Why did you do that? Well, I didn't know, and I didn't realize, and you were doing this. This is where you get the, I got to hide and sneak to keep the security. Because if she would have told me, at the time, I wouldn't have gave her security. You understand the difference? Because I would have known, okay, I'm going to have multiple women. She would have said, all right, I'm going to have multiple men. Okay, then I'm not giving you anything. She knows that. Women inherently know that. So they have to sneak around because they need the protection and security. So then it's like, okay, well, let's start over fresh. Nah, you violated. You can't start over fresh. And though I had multiple women, you agreed, you knew about it. I didn't lie. You lied to keep the protection and security, the provision. So this is the same thing that happens in relationships and marriages and all of that. The woman will be doing dirt. You might discover it late, and she might say, well, let's keep it going. Let's just start over fresh. Why? Your ego's destroyed, but she keeps the support. She keeps the support going. She once told me, I was telling you about what the woman said to me. She said, I left her out in the dirt. That's what she said. Oh, you just left me out in the dirt. Excuse me? We're not going to take accountability for what we did. Yeah, even though we did that, we could start over new, but you just left me out in the dirt. What she's saying is I removed the protection and security. That's what mattered most. It always did. No matter what relationship you have, you will have a woman. You left me. You left me and the kids. You left me homeless. You left me without support. You left me without being able to pay rent. You left me. They'll go to child support court. He haven't given me a dime. It's not about the love. It then becomes about what it was about. The support, the protection, the security. You see what I mean? Am I making sense? That's why they go to court. You divorce. They go get alimony and support. Why? Because I need this and I need access to that. They want to keep that going. They want to keep that going. So in these relationships, I don't care if you met this bitch on a junior college, on a junior high playground. I don't care if this is your wife, your fiance, your baby mama, a girl on a dating app, a JUCO. It's all the same. That support is what she's there for. The men that she doesn't, oh, let me tie this in because this is important. This is important too. Then we can wrap this up and go to bed. I want you to know this. Typically, we'll talk about it from the woman's side. If a woman has support, she will typically be looser in talking and flirting with other men than she will be when she doesn't have support. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm going to paint the picture. A woman has support. She has a husband, a boyfriend, a sugar daddy, whatever it is. When she has this, she'll tend to be looser with her male relationships when she has this support. I call this she has her foot on first. Now, when she up at bat, and you got a 30% chance you're going to fucking hit this ball, guess what? She less flirty. Any guy she talked to, she's more like, oh, all these niggas talking to me, they thirsty. Okay? These guys all approaching me, they in my DMs, and they all up, because she up at bat. She ain't got no safety net. Bitch up here like this. All right? So she's less likely to talk to guys when they just come up and talk and be friendly. Okay? Okay? She's less likely to do that. However, if she has a support, she has a boyfriend, she has someone, she has a husband, she has a sugar daddy. When she goes outside, any guy that talks to her, she chummy as a motherfucker. Oh, hi. Yeah. Oh, she looking for the shit. She looking for it. She want to go out and go see it. She want to go get dressed and put on her black mini. She want to go talk to every nigga at the bar. Why? She has stability. So the other guys don't have to provide that no more. The next guy can just provide dick and attention because she's already got support. She don't need the next guy to support her. So now the next guy comes up and he comes up with dick and attention. It's good enough. But when she's single, when she doesn't have support, dick and attention ain't enough. She gonna be like, this ain't enough. Nigga, all of them trying to give me dick. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's how important support is to women. So you with her, you at the restaurant with the bitch, she flirting with the waiter, everybody, the maitre d', the niggas at the bar. Why? She has support. The next nigga just have to bring dick and attention. He don't gotta bring more support. She got that already. So then you supporting, and then the next guy just bringing talk and conversation, and then she fucking on your dime. Do you understand what I'm saying? That is because her relationship is predicated on support. Once she has that, she can relax, and now she can have a work husband, a play cousin, she could talk to her ex, she could go. When she doesn't have that support, she's least likely to engage in that behavior. She's going to be running everybody through the scrutiny of, is these niggas trying to take advantage of me? Do you understand? Do you understand now the behaviors we're talking about? It is real. It is what it is. You could be supporting a woman and take her out to a restaurant and she'll talk to a guy and be like, what's wrong? I can't just talk to a guy? Let her be single. Every guy she talks to, she really is fully aware that they're trying to fuck. But for some reason, when she has protection and you take her out to the restaurant, she loses her mind as to why this guy's talking to her. I didn't realize he was trying to fuck me. She will say these things. And it's just, I just was being nice. What am I supposed to do? Walk away? Oh, yeah, because when you were single, when I walked up to you, bitch, you walked away and I had to chase you like this to go to the goddamn get your phone number. Yeah, you walked away from me and I still got you. Oh, well, he's just a friend. Well, we started off as friends too. All of a sudden, right? All right. All of a sudden, she doesn't realize, now she has your support, all of a sudden she doesn't realize that these niggas trying to fuck her now. She doesn't see it. Oh, they were just being nice. right? It's crazy like this, but this is the real. This is how it works. This is how it works. It is what it is. All right, so shout out to you guys, man. Let me get to the super chats. And so forth and so on. All right, let me see here. What do we got here? We got supporters. Do we have any more supporters? Rob the Villain says, most men don't have the stomach and seriously lack understanding, principles, and standards. He says they'll look down on 304s while wifing up the same type of repackaged women. He says when you understand women, you have leverage and ironclad standards, you'll do better. The ego is often your enemy. 100%. The ego is often your enemy. So what men tend to do to protect themselves is they'll remove the ego. All right. And so it'll be like, I don't care if she has other guys. I don't care if she's tricking me. I don't care if she's paying. I don't care if she's getting rich. He'll remove the ego. Other guys can't understand that. Why in the world do you not care? Doesn't this hurt your ego? So a guy will say, I don't care. Whatever. Other guys will be like, that's ridiculous. She's embarrassing you. She's using you. She's manipulating you. She's tricking you. You really are doing this, and you're not really getting the whole woman. You're getting part of her. Other dudes are sharing her, and you be like, hey, I just have to. That's the only way I can survive this. I don't care. Well, another guy's fucking her. Guys, you could care, and that woman will still fuck other guys. You could care. So whether you care or not is irrelevant. Whether you care or not, her fucking other guys does not stop her from fucking other guys. So some dudes will be like, whatever. He'll detach his ego. Unfortunately, this tends to be attractive to women because they need to claw at your ego. They need to have that ego. She doesn't feel like she has you unless you have that ego. She might say emotionally available. She need that ego. Even if you just rearranging her guts, you will find this too, because let's say you have a JUCO. She catches feelings, but every time you're done, you bust a nut and you order her Uber. Okay, go home. Bye-bye. What's she going to do? She's going to be like, damn. These other guys don't just kick me out like this. And she'll start complaining. You just kick me out, right? She barely get out the bathroom and you telling her to leave. She's going to feel a certain way, even if she's just a quicker. So she's then going to go, wait a minute. I'm used to having guys' egos. Same thing as you take a woman out on a date. You're just indifferent. She'll tell you, well, most of these guys be doing this and most of these guys be doing that. And you just like, yeah, nigga, yeah, bitch, yeah, bitch, yeah, bitch. You just nonchalant. You're not asking her for sex. You're not asking her to come over. You're not trying to get a kiss. You're not trying to touch the touch barrier. What is she going to do? She's going to be like, what's wrong with this guy? She don't have your ego. What's wrong with this guy? He ain't making no moves. He ain't pressing me to come over. He don't text me all the time. He don't text me every 24 hours. He not texting me every minute. He not saying Grand Rising Queen. No ego. So she's like, damn. So she gonna try to get to it. She gonna try to get to that ego. She gonna be like, I need to get to that. Why? Because I don't feel like I got him. I don't feel like I need to have him. So you're completely indifferent, nonchalant. She'll even talk about other guys she's dating. You'll be like, yep, whatever. Whatever. All right, I don't care about that. You can date whoever the fuck you want. She then goes, what is going on? She'll start to be more attracted to you. She'll start to try to get at that ego. So that's where it is. It's often your enemy. You will find that men who have their ego completely attached are the ones who end up getting screwed over the most. The woman wants to play with that ego. Mikey says, thanks for all you do, coach. Like fighting through YouTube's bullshit. Keep winning. Keep winning. Yeah, and then you mentioned the other girls. That's when you can get her to remember that, yeah, you dating other girls. Yeah, I went on a date last night. You know what I mean? And that's why I don't want to try to fuck you tonight, because really my dick is raw. I went 4 rounds. Like, she'd be like, God damn. She'll take you home and try to get something out of you. Big Boss Man says, I recently watched a video about a guy who got advice from his pops about women, and he stated that all women are walking headaches. You have to choose a woman that gives you the least headache. By the way, we don't fumble women. Men don't fumble women at all. All right, very few men fumble women. Most women fumble men. All right. Tony Ocasio over here. Sup, coach? A lot of these betas need to get with the program with these women, that these women are low class and low key escorts. He says these women today don't really care about morals or virtues. Survival trumps morality, cold, harsh reality. Yeah, that's what they're almost all doing, and people will find a way to say they ain't doing it. It's sad to see, but they all kind of doing that on the low. Larry C says, Coach, I'm so excited you're streaming tonight. Pause. Shout out to the Chocolate Confucius and the Coach Gang. Many thanks for gracing us with your awesomeness tonight. Let's fucking go. Take me out with the William. The metaphoric ego, please. Thank you. Yes, indeed. Shout out to William.
Here's William!
Yep. 100%. Shout out to you. Thank you, man. And we got Cash Apps. Cash App. Stiliano says, I don't get the something out. Lyft driving, boss up. I don't get the what? He says, I didn't get the notice. I guess that's the notification. You're out Lyft driving. Boss up season. Shout out to you. Thank you, sir. Thank you for our sponsors. No government name, BH, and it is Sid T for the sponsors today. And typically when men get older, they typically don't want to attach their ego to women. Their ego gets removed. This is why when you find dudes that trick, they're older, right? This is when you find dudes that they be like, I got 5 girlfriends, but I know they got 3 boyfriends. They don't care, right? Their ego is completely detached from those women. It's only when those women try to cross over and get his ego does he try to change the relationship. Then he'll try to put rules and dictation on the relationship, but it's going to falter because she came in a certain way. She's not going to change that behavior. All right. Shout out to our brother Hustle Every Day says, so coach, is you saying that modern women love you out of FOMO? Yeah. Do they love you out of FOMO? Pretty much. All right. This is why you will almost always see women tend to not take breaks in relationships. When they take a break, they got to announce it. I'm taking a break. I'm celibate, right? I'm going on a journey. But they typically go from dick to dick to dick to dick to dick with little break and mostly all overlap. So why? Because they have to have something. Something's better than nothing. They'll have to have some more emotional connection, some financial connection. They have to have something. So they'll constantly be going, all right? Men take breaks, whether voluntary or involuntary. They're going to have breaks and gaps in between relationships. It could be small gaps. It could be big gaps. They're going to have breaks because typically guys that get into relationships, they give up all their hoes or they'll cut their hoes down. If a woman's occupying too much space and time, they won't have time to juggle hoes. So they'll be down to 1 hoe or 2. So what happens is if he breaks up with that woman, he's got to regenerate his rotation, which takes way more time than the woman regenerating options. She'll have to regenerate a lot. She'll regenerate a lot of options. She'll be getting laid the next day. She'll be in another man's arm within the next couple days or a week. She'll have the next one lined up. Men typically don't. And thus, when they break up, it takes them like 2 or 3 weeks. And the whole time, she getting throttled and he knows it. The whole time, she getting folded up, cream pied. She swallowing suckseed. She getting the dick beat on her forehead. And he got 4 to 6 weeks to regenerate. And what typically is happening is he's trying to book girls. He's trying to book dates. He's on a dating app. He trying to call girls up. Oh, nigga, I thought you was in a relationship. Oh, no, we broke it up. He got to explain it. She don't have to explain shit. All she has to do is, hey, and then she getting the dick beat on her forehead. He got to explain it. He got to walk her the next date. He got to shore things up. He got to book the next date. She gonna cancel. He got to book a fat bitch, right? He got to buy some pussy. He got to somehow get all back on the horse. It gonna take him 4 to 6 weeks, and he trying to keep up with how much dick she getting. Right? He like, oh man, you know she getting folded up. She posted a nigga on Facebook. She done gone on 3 dates, and he ain't did shit yet. And he living vicariously through her, trying to compete with her, which is gonna be unhealthy for you. Okay? But a woman only just has to express availability to any of the next guys. And most of these next guys were already in the relationship with you. Like, you were in the relationship with her, and the next guys were already there. So all she has to do is send that text. Hey, you available tonight? He right there. He ain't going to cancel. He's not going to say, nah, I got another date tonight. He going to show up. He's going to show up immediately. She don't have to negotiate anything. He ain't going to ask, but I thought you had a man. He gonna be like, bitch, what? I'm there. Same day. Whereas a man, he's got to negotiate this. He's got to explain himself. The other girls will be like, I don't know. I thought you had a girlfriend. You know, I don't know. If y'all really broke up, you must be lying. So he's got to negotiate that and explain it. It's going to be hard for him. But once he gets in the rhythm, he'll get it out of his system. And what he needs to do, and people will say this is unhealthy advice, he's asked to fuck a couple of girls to get her out of his mind. He's got to get a couple of girls. He's got to lay a couple of girls down. He got to break a couple backs. Because if he don't, she'll be on his mind. And he'll just have too much time and space. He'll be clutching his pillow in bed, knowing she getting fucking throttled right now. Now, that throttling that she's getting is just it's going to be a Band-Aid, because she probably might be more hurt about the breakup. She's going to use the sex as a way to cope through it. But what'll happen is the next few guys she has will be pump and dump. Pump and dump. She'll be back home by 11:30, 12. She'll be back at home. Got to wash her pussy out. Right? Because he nutted in her and dissed her and sent her home, pumped and dumped her, treated her like shit. Right? She might have had to sell some for $300 to get it out of her system. She might got some money from it, but she's still at home. She might have got a good date and some dick. Right? But over time, she's going to do this about 3 or 4 times, and then she might spin the block. She might send that, hey, big head. She might even swallow her pride, or she might just be trying to find. She's going to go through 50 dicks to get the one relationship she had with you, that she had her behavior that she needed to correct, and she didn't want to correct it. Now she got to go through 10, 20 dicks. And she got to explain herself. She got to learn the other dude. She got to learn how to manipulate him. It's going to be like pulling teeth. It might seem like she winning because she getting throttled and you ain't throttled on no punani. But the fact is, she going through hell over there. She going through hell trying to, but she getting piped though. But when she get back home from 11:30 from that date, oh God, another one of these fucking weirdos. And she had to rub his dick tonight, right? She had to be all over this nigga sweating. Right? She like, fuck. Like, damn. So yeah, she getting piped. And she got Pookie come through and pipe her here and there, and then he just drop her off. Yeah, bitch, see you later. All right, I'll call you next week. Like, it just ain't what it was. But everybody else is literally going through bullshit when y'all could just come together and solve each other's problem. All y'all had to do was move the needle one way or right or left. But everybody wanted to have stand their ground, and now everybody out here. Everybody out here trying to hold their ego. You trying to hold your ego. She trying to get support, and nobody wants to move a budge an inch. And now she got to go through 50 dicks and 20 dicks and Pookie and call him up to get satisfied. And yeah, it was fun, but he dips and goes back home to his girlfriend. And then you, on the other hand, trying to fuck 2 fat bitches off of Tinder. One cancels on you, right? Yeah, you see how the chaos ensues, and then when you hurt more people, she hurts more people, she gets hurt, you get hurt. She gets less money at the end of it because now all of a sudden she looking at the first of the month. How you gonna pay these bills? You were paying 50% of the bills. You were paying her allowance. How she gonna pay them bills at the end of the month? All of a sudden at the end of the month, oh shit. Yeah, she must have got digged down, but at the end of the month, she still motherfucking coffers are dry. Right? So now she like, oh damn. I got a couple dates and dick, but I ain't got rent at the end of the month. You see what's going on? The security and the ego is still at play. Your ego is crushed, so you're trying to use women of all ilks to try to get laid to repair your ego. That she's not there. So you're going to deal with all these frustrating women and goofy, cockeyed, knock-knee women and goofballs and whores. Trying to finesse some good women, an old soggy bitch. You trying to find some way to rehab your ego. She's trying to find some way to survive on month 1, 2, or 3 without you. And both of y'all gonna end up struggling initially. It might seem like she winning. It might seem like he's winning. But both of y'all kind of have to struggle through this shit, right? To fix it. Same thing happens in a divorce. A woman could divorce you and get child support and alimony, and she's still pissed off at the end of it. Because what you want to do is fuck your ego up, but you out here winning. And she like, shit, he ain't hurting. He done bounced back. Your ego ain't fucked up. That's what she wanted. Fuck your ego up. She got the support. Or she didn't get the support she wanted. She mad. So what is really important? It is, or yeah, y'all taking it to social media and talking shit on each other. Ego, destroy his ego, humiliate him, and so forth and so on. He ain't paying. He a deadbeat on her side. What's really important in relationships? Is it love? Is it romance? No. It is ego for the man, support, protection for the woman. That's what it almost always boils down to, period. On the breakup, that's what it boils down to. On the negotiation before the breakup, it's all ego and support. On the initial, on the date, ego, support. It's ego for the man, it's support for the woman. Either all support or no support or little support or whatever. All right, that's what it boils down to. David Torrance says, thank you, coach, for the freaky show yesterday. Ooh, it was crazy. All right, we need part 2. Nick says we need part 2 of this message. Yeah, I could go on, and I'm just riffing. But I have experience with this on all aspects, all right? And I'm going to just tell you, as a person that has done almost all variety of dating with women, it's all similar. Sugar baby, stripper, wife, girlfriend, 50-50 partner. It almost always ends up the same. It's almost always ends up the same reason the relationship gets destroyed. His ego, your support. It's almost always the exact same motive. It's not that much difference. It's just quicker one way. It just ends up being more apparent one way and less apparent the other way. When you get in traditional normie romance, it's less apparent. When you have like arrangements and stripper is like in 1 minute. Like it's like in an hour. The woman comes up, hi daddy, in the strip club. And then you like, is she giving you conversation? She stroking your ego. And when you tell that bitch, man, be dismissed, she walks the fuck away. That's faster. That's a version of the relationship marketplace, but it just happens faster. She was stroking your ego. She was trying to get you. Hi, darling, you come here often? She rubbing your bald head. She rubbing your chest and shit. She trying to sit on your lap and you like, bitch, be gone. She goes. Why? There's no support. It happens all in 1 motherfucking minute. Now, when you're in a regular relationship, it happens over 10 years. But it's the same relationship. It's the same thing. It just happens over a longer period of time. You put up with way more bullshit. All right. The minute you remove the opportunity for that woman to make money off of you and get support, she knows it ain't there. She stops stroking your ego. She destroys it. Well, fuck you then, nigga. All right. And she gets up and she stops catering to your ego. She don't say, oh, well, I was just wanting to tell you to have a nice day and that you're handsome and wonderful. She don't keep going. She just goes, fuck it, out of here. All right, I'm done. There's nothing to gain from this guy. It happened in a 1 minute time frame. All right, anyway. Shout out to our brother, Pro LeGrand says, 23-year-old Coach Gang member, I view slavery as a hot potato. Everyone owned everyone at some point, where whites just got caught last when the games and rule ended and changed. PSA, he says, I just got my TSA pre-check. Hashtag boss up. Yeah, we just remember it more because we were reminded that whites did it more at this previous time, but everybody was doing it. All right. And in this particular space. So we're just more reminded of it and we're constantly being told about it. So yeah. But if you had a girlfriend and she knew she wasn't going to get no money from you or support, or you wasn't going to pay no rent, what do? They literally stop associating with you. It's apparent, right? As soon as you say, nah, baby, split the bill, 50-50. What does she do? She stops going out with you. If that was her intent to get that, and you have now demonstrated that you are not going to do that, the relationship is over. Like a stripper walking up into you at the strip club. It's immediately over. But if you did demonstrate that, baby, don't worry about that. I'll pay that bill. I'll write that. Hey, you know what? Order an extra drink. Order something to go. Bitch is still sitting there. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, you're so generous. You're so handsome. I like older men. I like bald men. I like men with gray beards. You're so strong looking. Am I tripping? Am I tripping? I'm not reaching. I'm not reaching here. Shout out to our brother, No Government Name Coach. I can finally say that I let go of my ego looking for love. It wasn't easy to let go of the fantasy, but you have helped me see that it just blinds men. Yep, it blinds you because you're looking at what you can get. You're looking at the opportunity. Cody Draper says that's why side dudes silently brag and play their position about getting free pussy because the husband is paying. And the side dude will get exposed if she ever leaves the husband. Because then she'll say, I'm going to just move in with you. What happens? That side dude relationship is cooked. Isn't that true? The side dude, he playing the side dude. He ain't pressing. He letting her come through. He nutting. She got to go back to the family and make macaroni and cheese. He's good. He hits that bottom for about 6 months to 6 weeks. Then she says, I'm going to leave my husband and we can be together. Guess what? This nigga heard, what? I'm sorry. Relationship over. He gonna stop wanting to be with her and all that. Oh, she got attached. Nope, that's the end of that shit. Why? Because he ain't gonna assume his role. He has no intentions. Now, she gonna be heartbroken because she thought he really liked her. But now she leaving the husband and divorcing him and now has to assume that role. He like, oh, hell no. What? I was just busting a nut so you could get home at 7:30 so you could put mac and cheese on the dinner. That's all we doing. So the ego was catered to, but as soon as that now she's going to say, oh, you can support me too. And we could, nope. NGM regarding male's ego. Why do Duke shooting guys love to get offended when you point out that it's gay, that they don't prefer face or racks? Oh, the booty guys. All right, that's interesting. And he says, since you were Gen X, did men always attach their ego to women, believing that women love them for them with genuine burning desire? Or did men understand no woman is out of their league, out of their price range, especially transactional relationships to women? No. Anyway, no, men often knew that this was the case. Men knew this. Men most of the time knew this. They knew that they were assuming a financial security role for women. It's just recently that men have bucked against that. Especially black men. Black men don't want money to be a part of it because ego. Oh, she's just using me, right? She just wants me for the money. That's why black men typically buck against this particular thing. They don't have economic prowess. They don't have extra money. Them niggas don't have health insurance, dental insurance. These niggas don't have shit, right? They don't get their teeth cleaned. They got plaque in their teeth. So they don't want money to be involved at all because it offends their ego. Other men, they have their ego attached to that they can provide and protect. Their ego is attached to it. That's where their purpose comes from. I want to be a provider, provision. So they don't feel like they're getting used. They feel like they're doing what they're supposed to do. In GN, is it possible to love a girl without your ego getting involved when they disappoint you? I struggle with this day when my girl pisses me off with bad behavior. Is it possible to love a girl without your ego? No. All right, no. Not the way she wants to be loved. Yeah, you can love her, but not the way she wants to be loved, because most of the time our love is expressed as control. All right, our love is expressed as control. Unfortunately for women, it's a catch-22. They like it initially, but it becomes dangerous to them later because of ego, right? If you look up fragile male ego, it basically is, the definition is this. Fragile male ego refers to a sense of self-worth that is easily threatened or wounded, often leading to defensive or aggressive behaviors when challenged. This can manifest as a strong need to appear masculine, a difficulty in handling criticism, and a tendency to project blame or insecurities on others. It's not all about men. It's not about all men, but a rather specific type of insecurities that can impact relationships and interactions. So the male ego, let's take out fragile because that's where but the male ego is centered around control. This will be expressed as positive by the woman initially. She will find it. This is leadership qualities. He tells me what to do. He watches over me. He protects me. He guides me. He want to know where I am. He watches out for me. He cares about me. He texts me. It will be positive initially. Because she has your ego, you start to express concern. You look out for her. You try to guide her. You try to steer her away from danger and dangerous people. You step in front of her. You don't want her to talk, expose her. You start doing all these things. She would literally be praising you for this. Let the relationship go along and she challenges this and she rebels against this. You call me too much. You need to know where I am all the time. You don't trust me. She gonna rebel against this. Then it will look like aggressive, defensive, projection. You're projecting, you're cheating on me. You're projecting, you're criticizing me. You never talk positively about me. See what I mean? It will switch. You don't let me go out with my friends. You always want to know where I'm at. You always calling me up. You always showing up where I'm at. You see the difference? But that's what you were doing to get her. That attracted her. That was masculine or appeared masculine. It appeared like you cared. My ex didn't care about me. He didn't know what I was doing. I was running amok and I was doing this, but you are giving me. And then her friends are going to say he projects. He's controlling. He's insecure. He has a fragile male ego. You see what happens? It flips depending on how loose she wants to get. If she wants her freedom, if she tries to take her power back. I'm going to take my power back. Right? This is her taking her power back. I don't want you to know where I am. I don't want you to ask me about what I'm doing. I don't want you. That's typically centered around she's trying to do something sneaky, or that her friends are telling her, you need to take your power back. He got too much control over you. He always asking you. This is what happens. All right. This is typically what happens in the relationship will be, because if you take the opposite route and you be like, I don't care where you are. Stop texting me all the time. You bugging me. If a guy does that, you bugging me. If the woman has to go behind him, where you at? Where you going? If the woman always have to be like, where you at? Who you be with? Why you don't text me when you get home? Guess what? He don't care. He don't care about her. He let me do whatever I want. If he really liked me, he wouldn't let me do whatever I want. And then she'll start to say, put herself in front of other guys. Oh, I'm going out with my male friend. And you say, whatever. Guess what? She's like, oh, he really don't care about me. You see what I mean? most of these relationships are centered around, most men are in a catch-22. You can't win for losing. All right. So you care too much or you care too little. There's no in between. All right. There's no in between. So it becomes difficult. So most men protect their ego by becoming indifferent. I know what this bitch is going to do. I can almost set my watch to how long a relationship's going to last. If it's a normie relationship, 3 to 6 months. 3 to 6 months, a normie relationship. I met her off a Tinder, a dating app. I met her in person. We came from the social circle. 3 to 6 months tops. If it's a sugar baby relationship and it's a monetized dating relationship, a month and a half. If you get serious or you put restrictions and guidelines, you put an allowance, a month and a half. It's barely going to make 5 weeks. Barely going to make 5 to 6 weeks. It'll be over fast. Why? Because this woman wants to do what she wants to do, and then you're trying to exhibit control because you're giving resources, right? And then it's going to be a clusterfuck. It's going to be a battle of wills. So you got that. All right. So normally relationship, 3 to 6 months. Right around the 5 to 6 months is going to get shaky. Normal relationship. Then it'll be, it was hot. It started off hot and heavy, and now it's tinkering down. All right, JUCO relationship where you were fucking and it was fine, but then y'all got serious, a month and a half. Month and a half tops, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, and they be gone. All right, because she want to go fly the coop. She wants to do whatever she wants. She done found a better deal, right? You got too many bitches to juggle. You find this to be way more expensive and time consuming than you initially wanted. And then boom, all right, somebody's going to destroy the relationship. All right, when it's a regular guy, the guy's emasculated or he's beta, all right, it can last way longer, but she's going to have to pull. All right, but when the guy's masculine and she's a submissive, all right, typically those can last just as long as well. All right, but typically there's going to be it's going to last longer, but it's going to be mostly, I would say it's going to be mostly nondescript. He's masculine and she's effeminate. Eventually, it's going to be a situation where it's just going to destroy itself. It's going to kind of erode, but it'll last longer. And so she'll be frustrated. If he's beta, she'll be frustrated by him. He don't plan nothing. He don't take me out, and I don't know what to do. And he don't plan dates. He's not assertive. She'll try to see if he'll change. And they could just kick the can down the road, And she'll just be wondering, and he'll be somewhat aloof and... All right, anyway, NGM, what are your thoughts and opinions on the statement that America is more of a business than a country? I've heard someone say it, and it always stuck with me. It is. It's a corporation. It is a corporation, and we are little mini businesses and corporations ourselves. All right, but I'm not going to go too far into that. We're going to get up out of here since on the West Coast, it's 9:30. On the East Coast, it's well past midnight, and we're going to be back up. I got to prepare for my show and get some headspace. All right, I'm going to get some snacks and all of that. I heard someone say slavery is a hot potato. No girlfriend or female partner or wife are hot potato. Whoever has a 304 last loses. Okay, yeah. And for me, like if you guys get married, if you're the last one to take a woman and you don't investigate her, you lost. Most of the time, and if you know this, but most of the time, most of y'all are marrying skeezers. Most of y'all are marrying washed up women. Unless you knew her for a long time, most of y'all are marrying washed up women. All right, shout out to the Coach Gang, brothers. We out of here. Enjoy your evening. Peace.
You better boss up, nigga.